Public enemy number one. Let's give it some thought. 500 million assaulted, 200,000 slaughtered, with many more to come. Sounds like the crime of the century, and happening only within a matter of months. Many of us prisoners in our own homes. Who's to blame? Is it God? No way. He's probably too busy taking care of the whole universe. Well, how about the coronavirus? Sounds plausible, but they're not really that guilty. Poor guys were just looking for a home, and we were kind enough to provide one. But what about China? The president would argue that, although he's usually wrong. Of course, we might even suspect the people. Would they do it themselves? We are kind of uninformed. That can lead sometimes to disaster. But at least isn't it great? We don't even have to watch TV or read a book anymore to enjoy a good mystery. Nevertheless, shouldn't we perhaps thank our president for all of this? He does often like to claim credit for things. If so, just imagine, for once, he could actually be right. What do you think about this now? Nevertheless, we should thank our president. Well, he might well have something to do with this mass murder. If so, would it not be first degree? Or he might plead second degree. And the fact is, if he's convicted, and of course he could always pardon himself. Well, nevertheless, if we might either forgive or dismiss God, we are then left with the three major suspects in China. China being President Trump's straw man, as well as is the World Health Organization. But both might be exonerated for being unintentional conspirators. China and the WHO, HWO, held up on taking action at the inset of the virus threat for about a week. Unfortunately, President Trump, aside from asserting ineffective travel bans on China and Europe, sat around wishing the virus away for months, expanding the blame for the tragedy on states, governors, mayors, Democrats, and radical protesters, left-wing agitators, and anybody or thing he could think of, rather than taking responsibility for himself. Desperate action was required, yet the president's priority went to protecting the market and the economy upon which his popularity depended. He ignored the urging and advices from the medical community that the health of the people should come first if we were to protect the national economy. President Trump, stubbornly preferring his own interests, decided to gamble on the economy over the health of his people. Other leaders and peoples of most all the other industrialized countries, they appear to have got it right. As is well reported, the United States, with only 4% of the world's population, has incurred up to date over 25% of the deaths and infections due to the coronavirus. Just on one day in July, during the worldwide scourge of the virus pandemic, 5 European countries, Germany, France, Spain, the United States, and Italy, suffered a combined total of 60 deaths attributed to the coronavirus, while over 1,000 deaths from the same virus were recorded in the United States during the same day. Now, at the present time, it's the end of August, medical statistics now reveal that the 5 largest nations in Europe with a combined population larger than the U.S. have together averaged 57 deaths from the virus per day for the entire month, while the U.S. has recorded more than 1,000 deaths each day from the virus during the same period. Obviously, these comparative statistics must point an ominous finger at leadership in the United States. Many other countries have found testing to be an effective tool in combating the virus. And on many occasions, Trump has proudly proclaimed that under the leadership of him, no other country has tested more. What he conveniently ignores is populations and timing. More recently, he has even suggested maybe we should cut down on testing. It's bad for exposing infections. Not good for him. Incidentally, for about the last 5 months, I have searched for an alcohol-included spray bottle considered by many COVID-19 virus experts to be used in disinfecting packaged goods received at home. But the stores and places which previously sold these items, such as Lysol, are out of stock, while Donald Trump's phony elixirs like hydrochloroquine are easily acquired. Quote the Donald, "No one has done more to supply the needs and to defeat this virus than I." Apparently, among other things, he can't even provide readily availability for a simple disinfectant. Sounds like guilty as charged. Lock him up. Yet, wait again. Could one individual be capable of and responsible for all this mayhem? Could there be co-conspirators? What about the second suspect mentioned in the beginning here? What about the people? The ones that stood idly by and allowed the rascal to get away with it. The senators that turned a blind eye during the impeachment trial prior to the slaughter. And the many Americans that enjoyed playing follow their leader amidst the burgeoning virus, refusing to listen to health authorities and scientists, warning of the dangers in ignoring wearing face masks, social distancing, and attending crowds at Trump rallies. They had to be complicit in some degree to some of the deaths. Might not they be tried for second-degree or at least third-degree murder? Case closed. Now, perhaps we can at least solve our unemployment and housing problems by putting everyone to work constructing correctional and penal facilities for the benefit of all. You can bet that Donald, if he's paying attention, would love to claim this idea for his own as well. But shucks, he can't even read. Whoops. Well, my apology for the attempt at humor. It's really inappropriate for the issue at hand, but so is Trump. Thank you.